which today features this category, classic movie scenes.
Well, very important get there by Hunter right at the end, taking back the lead right for Final Jeopardy. Welcome to the Final Wager. I'm Keith Williams. Not the strongest game we've seen from anyone tonight, and I feel kind of bad for Beth because you could just hear the wind get sucked out of her sails after that von Riedemann miss. Her response to Old Faithful just really sounded dead, and it can be hard to recover from that, especially when you have a pretty big total. And I think she had 5,600 or something like that, and could have taken the lead or could have tied Hunter for the lead, and then instead was at 400 until 2 clues ago. Sarah, 8,300. Speaking of Sarah's, there was that clue about Honshu and Hokkaido tonight reminded me of Sarah McNitt's Final Jeopardy clue in her TOC game. Alright, let's do the math. Beth, barely alive here, but she might... Darn it, did I hit a button again? She might get Shore conjectured out of here. Yeah, I must have hit escape because it went to New York 1, so I guess I'll just fast forward a little bit so I don't overstay my welcome here. And put that down. Alright, let's see. Another odd number tonight. Damn it. 8,300. Well, 1,700 is the difference of 6,600. It's going to be Hunter's wager. 6,601. And then 4,900. It's going to be Sarah's max. Beth has to get it right. Hunter would have 3,400 in that case, so she's going to want to wager at least 1,400, but I go for everything here. Okay, oh yeah. If Beth does go for everything, she'll have 4,000. So Sarah will probably want to cap her wager at 42.99. So now here's where things get shortegic, as it were. Sarah with this 4,300 wager would have 12.6, so Hunter could wager 2,600, and then on the downside he'd have 7,400, so Sarah might cap her wager at 900. But, of course, 900 is not enough to cover a zero wager by Hunter, and this is where we now look at the zero cover wagers. So, the 1,700 difference, I would, well, Hunter on the downside, 1,700. If he wagers that and gets it right of 11.7, and Sarah would cover that would want to wager twice that much, so 3,400. I put this as her optimal range here, 3,400 to 4,300. If I'm Hunter, I'm considering wagering 2,600. It'd be actually hilarious if Sarah wagered 4,000 here. I'm just getting a kick out of all this today. Yeah, so Hunter's a good player. He's going to go for 6,601, but maybe that'll come back to haunt him. I don't know. 6th game isn't as easy as the 5th. Maybe I didn't fast forward quickly enough, but I can talk about the few things I wrote down. Toronto or Canadians. There's still some lingering out there. And, of course, Alex and staff are looking into ways to making that work for Canadians with the anti-spam laws or whatever the problem is. Beth's occupation, very neat correctional librarian. Actually, no, a couple people do that. Sarah Whitcomb is very good at hula hooping. That was very impressive. She did it for the whole time Kelly was talking. Alright, let's play.
Good category, classic movie scenes.
Please be the 7th seal.
The director said it took 70 camera setups and 7 days to shoot the classic murder scene in this film that celebrated its 55th anniversary.
I imagine it's Psycho, so if it is another Kids Week, well, not Kids Week, I guess, the murder's involved, another very easy Final Jeopardy deciding a match, and once again the player in the lead is going to take advantage of that. can't imagine it's anything else.
I think our Final Jeopardy clues are getting to be too easy once again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wrote down their responses immediately.
Because they are too easy.
2000, you wrote down Psycho, and that is correct. Alfred Hitchcock's famous film.
Why?
At 1,300, taking you up to 3,300, taking us to Sarah. She
Yeah.
had 8,300. She wrote down Psycho also.
Can get the gray wager. Ooh.
300, everything. That takes her into the lead at 16,600, and it takes us to Hunter, our champion. He had 10,000, came up with Psycho, and I bet you I know what you risked. So you would win by $1. 16,000.
I bet you I do too. Of course, Alex has the wagers on his card in front of him, so yes, he does know what everyone has. So another slam dunk Final Jeopardy. Great job, writers, for basically turning what should be a horse race into a foregone conclusion. Oh, minus the wagering. If Hunter had followed my half-hearted advice, then he would not be coming back for a 7th game tomorrow. But as it stands, he is a 6-time champ with, what is it, got to be 145,000? I didn't see the total, but it's about that. Last thing I want to say, I enjoyed the Homer in Space clue. I think he had the Blue Danube, and I think that episode was from 94 or 95, but very early example of computer technology, because to make the chips spin perfectly, they couldn't draw that. It was just too difficult to do by hand, so they used a computer. And then there was the Homer Cubed, that really awesome Treehouse of Horror episode where Homer and Bart get sucked into an alternate universe where everything is drawn in lines, kind of like Tron. And then Homer ends up falling into a dumpster in the real world and walking around. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. And the Blue Danube plays while the chip is spinning, and that harks back. I think it might be harks back to the lots of scenes in 2001: Space Odyssey. Great movie. Just rewatched a couple weeks ago. Definitely worth your time. And definitely don't have anything else distracting you, because the visuals are just mind-blowing. Okay, we will see you tomorrow, where I won't be in front of this whiteboard tomorrow. I'll be somewhere else. You'll have to wait to find out where. But in any event, I hope you'll join me then, right here on the Final Wager.